it's fair to say that I've answered the question.
It's a subject he's been asked about again.
You won't say whether you think having gay sex is a sin.
And again.
Does the honourable member think that being gay is a sin?
And again.
You said homosexuality not a sin. They say that you didn't answer when they asked you whether gay sex was a sin.
Oh, come on, Robert.
Well, he said being gay is fine until today the Lib Dem leader, a committed Christian, has refused to answer this question.
I don't believe gay sex is a sin. I take the view that as a political leader, though, my job is not to pontificate on theological matters. This had become a talking point, an issue, and in that case, if people have kind of got the wrong opinion of what I think about on these issues, that's something. It's right, you're correct.
It's taken him almost 2 years since becoming the leader of the Lib Dems to clarify his position. But the pressure's increased since the election was called.
So what's changed in the last 48 hours that you are now able to say you don't think gay sex is a sin, yet for the last 2 years you have very blatantly swerved the question?
Well, I'm quite careful about how I talk about my faith. I'm not, I don't bang on about it. I don't make a secret of it either.
So you're either misleading people before or you are misleading people now. Which is it? So
the answer to that is that I was asked the question early on and I didn't want to get into a sort of series of questions unpicking the theology of the Bible.
Isn't it just that it's your Christian belief and you didn't want to admit it?
And no, that's not the case. What I want is to make sure that we deal with it, something that's become an issue.
So this is blatant electioneering?
It's a sense of understanding that, the question was asked to me a week ago. I don't think people want political party leaders telling them what is and isn't sin.
Mr Farron insisted the Lib Dems had undoubtedly the best record on gay rights out of all political parties. But it's clear the issue and the questions around it have troubled him personally and politically too.
Looking back at that campaign, you were consistently almost slightly evasive in being very vocal about what you thought. And then you came out and you said, no, I don't think gay sex is a sin. Why did you change that? Did you feel under pressure?
Yeah. Look, I'm going to write about this a little bit more in the coming weeks. But the bottom line is, yes, of course I did. And there are things that including that I said that I regret, and there was a sense in which I felt, look, I've got to get this off my table. The issue is, here's a general election, great opportunity for the Liberal Democrats. The Labour Party at that point were nosediving. The Tory Party looked very much like it was arrogantly assuming it was going to get a 100-seat majority. What an opportunity for us! And all they wanted to do is talk about my, Christian beliefs and what it actually meant, and all the rest of it. And I would say foolishly and wrongly attempted to push it away by giving an answer that frankly was not right.
Do you have any regrets?
Well, it's tricky really. I think first of all, yes, I'm sure the things I could have handled more wisely. In the end, the difficulty you've got all this is if you're a Christian, you've got a very clear idea about what sin is, and it is us falling short of the glory of God, and that is something we equally, all of us, share. So in one sense, to be asked that question is to essentially persecute one group of human beings, because sin is something we are all, Jesus accepted, guilty of. But if you're not a Christian, what does sin mean? It's to be accused of something. It is to be condemnatory. And so we're talking different languages. So maybe you could have explained that. Maybe you could have explained, or I could have explained, the biblical teaching on sex and sexuality. Maybe I could have done that. But let's be really brutally honest. And with the exception of programmes like this, you don't get more than 20 seconds to get your message across.